mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá jákèjádò àgbáláyé o mo kẹ́yìn olólùfẹ́ mi a kú dédé àsìkò yìí ẹ dẹ̀ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa ẹ gbà yíyẹ̀wò ẹ bá wa dá sí ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi fídíò tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ lórí ayélujára tí àwọn ènìyàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí òun ni mo mú wá o pé kí ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa tẹ́ wà lórí ìkànnì wa kẹ́yìn náà bá wa wò ó kẹ́ bá wa dá sí èèyàn mi ẹ farabalẹ̀ ẹ bá mi wo fídíò yìí.
Good morning, everyone. Friday, 11th day of April 2025 is today. How many of you are aware that APC, I mean the All Progressive Congress, the ruling party in Nigeria, have shut down their secretariat since yesterday? How many of you are aware? Okay, you know, such news don't trend. They have shut down their secretariat. Now, the question in your mind is, why would they shut their secretariat, or why do they shut their secretariat down? Why do they close? The reason is because there is a director of APC, a director of APC political party, who was kidnapped 2 months ago. And despite APC, we also come through the office of the National Security Advisor to deceive Nigerians not to pay ransom. That was what everybody said, okay? A lot of you saw the video, that people should not pay ransom again. That is encouraging kidnapping. The APC party also took 50 million naira and paid to the bandits, the terrorists that kidnapped their director. After paying for the ransom, you know what happened? The bandits now told them that we just want to collect the ransom from you people. The person we kidnapped, we have killed him a month ago. We have been calling your people so that your people will send money before we tell you that we have killed a person. That is a snap. The bandits tricked APC, okay? They tricked them. Last week, you could see how the whole politicians were jubilating. Do you know why they were jubilating? Including the military, generals. Because former military general was kidnapped. Fellow military generals raised 180 million naira ransom. They paid to the kidnappers. They released the general. They were rejoicing. Oh God. Nigeria. Kai. See, the kind of thing that is going on in Nigeria, no one will convince me that these people don't know whom they are paying the money to. That these people don't know the cops they are sponsoring. Then, if military generals could pay 180 million to release their fellow general, what do you want just a poor person on the streets to do? What do you want the bloody civilians like us? What do you want us to do? Than to only buy gun and protect ourselves? What do you want us to do? APC shot their secretariat. It was a snap. Bandits tricked APC political party. Okay? It's like when you take a lion from 3 months old, you started, nursing the lion will now grow and come out and do what? And fight you, maybe eat you or eat what belongs to you. That is the mission APC is into right now, because there is no doubt that APC masterminded all this kidnapping you are seeing in Nigeria. When Buhari started importing them, Bala Muhammad said in a viral video that Fulanis are global citizens, that they must come into Nigeria, that Nigeria is their inheritance. A lot of shit we tolerate in this country. Anyway, let us understand it. This is from Arise News, okay? This is from Arise News, and it reads that APC short secretariat to one kidnapped director killed despite 50 million ransom. They published this ended morning. It was yesterday the bandits tricked them to tell them that, hey, your director is gone, is dead. How many of you knew that APC political party director was kidnapped? They hid it. They won't tell you. Now, let us understand the details of this article, right? APC mourns slain director Lateef Adeniji, shot in secretariat after his murder by kidnappers despite 50 million ransom payment. Despite 50 million ransom payment. And this is a pity. Now, the All Progressive Congress APC has shot in secretariat following the death of its director of administrative, Honorable Lateef Adeniji, who was kidnapped by bandits. When you hear bandits, if you are not in Nigeria, they are talking about the terrorists who are kidnapping. And these people majorly are the Fulanis. Adeniji was reportedly kidnapped about 2 months ago in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, the seat of power. The ruling party administrator was kidnapped and killed. How safe is Nigeria? Nigeria is not safe. Nigerians are in trouble. Now, investigation revealed that the victims was killed despite payment of 50 million by the party. How many of you remember so many comments from the same APC folks who came to say that it's not true when I published that this man was kidnapped 2 months ago? I published it, but they denied it. How can APC administrator be kidnapped? How can the APC chief be kidnapped? A whole man like that. You think that if he's kidnapped, Tinubu will not react? I was laughing at it. I said, these people don't know what is going on in Nigeria. Did Tinubu tell you that he's ready to fight insecurity? Every kidnapping going here and there, our ears is always on ground. We know. So when we tell you that this is what is happening, don't argue. Now, the death of this man is what people use to confirm the news I published 2 months ago. Is it not a pity? It's a pity now. It's a pity. Now, further checks revealed that the victims had already been killed by the bandits about a month ago before the party could muzzle the said amount. Do you understand the trick of the Fulani bandits, the terrorists, what they do? They kidnap this man. They killed the man. After 1 month, they kidnapped him. And they started asking the party to pay 50 million. Without 50 million, we won't release it. What happens that in 2 months, the military, the police could not do anything? The chief of army staff said yesterday in Kaduna. He said it is political. There is an underlying issue to this, that military can fight the bandits. You people don't enter one chance. The party, in a memo dated 10th April 2025 and signed by the Deputy Director of Administration, Obangba Abel, said the shutting down of the activities of the Secretariat was to mourn the passing of Ade Nije. Titled, Secretariat Closure for the Mourning of the Director of the Administration, the party advised all the staff to use the period of mourning for sober reflection and prayers for the family and the loved ones. This is what it reads. The National Secretariat has approved the closure of the National Secretariat. The National Secretary has approved the closure of the National Secretariat from all party and work activities with immediate effect till Monday, 14th April 2025. This decision was made after he had received the news of the sad demise of the Director of Administration, late Honorable Abdul Raif Adekunle Adeniji. Adedayo Akinwande wrote. This is the end of the article.
It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban. They think about the Mujahideens. And they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care. As long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia and there is whatever thing they have in their head they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians. You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012. Yeah. And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. They mention names. I can't come on air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know, presently in government, that the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now. Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them are in Asu Rock. The intention is to Islamize Nigeria and practice Sharia. And it doesn't matter if some people die. It doesn't matter if you're embarrassed. It doesn't matter if our economy has degenerated. Look at the interest rate. Look at the inflation rate. Look at the debt profile of Nigeria. They don't care. As long as at the end, Quran is at the sea. So some people in this country have this mindset. And we must tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you die. If you don't tell it, you die. Some people have this mindset to Islamize the nation. And they are in the government. And people know them. The DSS know them. The NIA know them. The DIA knows them. You can't succeed without an inside person. And this attack you saw has insiders collaboration.
Well, for those of you who cares, this video is another important video that you can't afford to miss. Now, my attention was drawn to the interview with the Chief of Army Staff. You know, the Chief of Army Staff after Lagbaja died, the acting Chief of Army Staff now became the new Chief of Army Staff. So he's also an Yoruba man. His name is Oluyade Olufemi, something like that. Okay. Now, he went to Kogi State, okay? By the way, there have been a lot of terrorist attacks in Kogi State and Plateau State, so it's no longer a news. People know about that, right? Now, listen carefully to what this man is about to say. Because they interview him, AIT, Independent, television, that one in Benin. So they were interviewing him that, how can you solve this problem? Look at what is going on in Kogi State, that okay? And look at what just happened in Plateau State. This is what the man said. We are going to watch it, and I quote. Even though we deploy the whole military men in Nigeria, we can't do anything because there is an underlying issue. And he went on to say that the attack that is going on in Nigeria, also the one in Plateau State, is political. Now, I have a lot of things to discuss with you. Take a listen.
Well, I wouldn't say particularly that it's going to be a new strategy, because the fact here is that there are some issues that need to be resolved, politically. Because we can't rely permanently on kinetic approach to issues. So with that, I'm going to be the governor of the state and deliberate with him to see how we can resolve these issues politically. We're talking about our aspect of the job. We're going to see how we can enhance the security of this place by inducting more men, inducting more enablers, and maybe from there we'll take it on.
Okay, sir, you just said something about we're going to ask about their request for more personnel in Plateau State. So what's the plan to this?
I've just told you now that I'm going to bring in more men, but the underlying factor has to be addressed. Because even if you deploy the entire Nigerian army in Plateau State, if the underlying factors are not addressed, we can't achieve much.
Has there been any arrests so far, sir?
Well, with the police, I think that some arrests have been made.
I bet you did not listen to what he said very well. Please pay attention. I want you to listen again.
I've just told you now that I'm going to bring in more men, but the underlying factor has to be addressed. Because even if you deploy the entire Nigerian army in Plateau State, if the underlying factors are not addressed, we can't achieve much.
Has there been any arrests so far, sir?
Well, with the police, I think that some arrests have been made.
Lie. No arrests have been made. I confirm this personally that no arrests have been made about the Plateau incident. But that is by the way. Now, let us focus on what the Chief of Army Staff said. You know what Chief of Army Staff, you know what it means, right? Now, the Chief of Army Staff is saying that even though I deployed the home military in Nigeria, they can't solve the insecurity problem because it is political. There is an underlying issue. What are the issues? Now, the governor of Plateau State came to Chinese television. He said, there are people who are sponsoring these terrorists. He did not mention their name. He said, there are people who are sponsoring them. You know, I used to tell you people that Nigerian government is the sole sponsor of this terrorists going on in Nigeria. People don't still understand what is going on. Okay? A lot of people don't still know what is playing in Nigeria. But for those of you who are new to this channel, I will leave you with Dr. Kunde Olaomi, former Nigeria Defense Intelligence Agency. Because if you listen to what he's about to say now, you will come to match it with what the Chief of Army Staff said. You now match it with what the former Chief of Army Staff that died some months ago said. You now also remember what the Chief of DSS Chief, right? What he said. That they can't protect everybody. That community should protect themselves on your own, because they don't want to tell you. This man just leaked top secret. It's a top secret. This issue is political. There is an underlying issue. Even though we deploy the whole military in the world to fight these bandits, these Boko Harams, we can't succeed. Anyway, Nigerians, do you still want to continue? Listen to Dr. Kunde Olaomi.
That constitution is a fraud. Now, what you are doing now, you want to start, advancing the interest of those religious groups to actually now confirm that Nigeria is an Islamic state. And let me tell you something that people don't know. This thing was caused by the British. Between 1900 and 1960, they knew that they cannot govern the North except they allowed them to practice their religion, and they were using their religious leader to basically govern them. It is called indirect rule. Immediately after independence, 1960, the British knew that they shouldn't have forged these two people together. They know. But because they want to achieve the divide and rule and to be able to conquer and take our resources and steal whatever they want to steal over the years, they merged these two people together. They could not govern the North and South under one religious or administration. They know. So they now give independent and march you people to work together. That was why the 1960 coup started. That was how the Civil War started. Now, 86, Babangida came with the OIC stuff, trying to Islamize us. It didn't work. In 2000, when 1999-2000, when Obasanjo came, he permitted them to start practicing Sharia. Today now, they want to consolidate it. Once you remove that person, all of us, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Jukun, Christian, traditional, you are now under the law, the Islamic law, because they put it in the constitution.
In fact, listening to the member that was representing Ahoda East, Abu Anudua Federal Constituency, River State, I want to get his words. He said personal matters that was envisaged, he says, by the people who drafted this constitution. And I want to quote him. The implication is, if the word personal is removed, Islamic law would have broader implications. The word personal was put there for a reason. Let's talk a bit about this whole conversation about Islamizing the country with our population and our dynamics. You know, is it possible that someone can sneak this in at some point and force all of us under some sort of regulation that we do not ascribe to? Is it possible that this can happen in this country?
It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen. Do you know Constantinople? Today's Turkey? They were almost 98% Christian before now. Today, it's an Islamic country. I did Islam in my master's program, and I was trained by Professor Alijani. He's a Persian. He's an Iranian American. And I scored A. That's excellent in Islam. So I know them. It may take them 1,000 years. They will Islamize Nigeria. So they will take it slowly, gradually. They don't forget. All of us will be dead after some time. Our children that don't care, or this Gen Z will come. They will still Islamize this country. If they can do it in Turkey, today's Turkey, what stops you? Why do you think they won't do it here? Except we take steps now, because we are the ones that are talking about these things. Our next generation in 50 years will not even care. You understand? So I'm thinking that if some part of the country, I don't want to be specific, if they feel strongly about an ideology, a religious, but I think they can restrict it to their area. And I think maybe Tinubu should do well by developing this issue of regional autonomy where everybody should organize themselves, or at worst, let the country actually go apart, and you can do whatever you want in your area. I've come to that conclusion that I don't think we can stay together because of this very strong belief about religion. So it's either we stay together, or people should mind their religion and stay where they are and practice what they want. Imposing it on others is wrong. I study Islam, and I don't want to talk blasphemy here. If I start talking about Islam in the next 3 hours, we will not live here.
No, we don't want you to talk blasphemy either. Talking about our country, in many, we are not a religious country, so to on paper. We're a secular nation. What kinds of conversations should we be having with the Nigerian people, especially the younger generation, about how to ensure that we remain secular, where you can practice your religion in any part of the country that you please without imposing your views or belief systems on any other person? What kind of conversations should we be having, and what should our lawmakers be thinking at the back of their minds? At least they've made the first step, which is dropping this bill and ensuring that it doesn't go through. But in subsequent conversations that you said will inevitably come up, what should we be doing as a people to ensure this doesn't happen?
I'm going to be extreme. For me, if you look at Sudan, we have now North Sudan, South Sudan. I think we should have Northern Nigeria and Southern. Then they can practice whatever they want. There's no dialogue because they will not stop. I've told you it may take 1,000 years. They will still do it. Or if you let everybody go their way, maybe you have the north,
That is it.
they remain there, and you have the sovereignty down south, then you can do what you want. Or if you remain and you think you can talk to your Jersey and people that don't care about anything, it will happen. It took hundreds of years before Turkey, Constantinople, Istanbul was converted completely today. And if you look at history will tell you that you cannot assuage these people. Who owns those banks? I did a lot of research, and I want our audience to go and find out the owner of Taj Bank and the other bank. Then the picture will start getting clear to you. You have the Jaiz Bank and you have the Taj Bank. It is an open source information. Go on the internet, the board of directors, you will see the shareholders. I don't want to mention them on national television. Go and do your research, and you're beginning to understand. You begin to understand what I said, that people have been sponsoring terrorism because they want to Islamize Nigeria. Now Tinubu has come, and it's a little bit very hard on them. That section, the kinetic approach, is failing. So they are now trying to bring it through the Constitution, want to legalize it. If we cannot go through the bush and kill as many people, and they are still resisting us, and this man has come and is fighting this is just killing all the fighters, then let us go to the house and bring it through the back door. We just remove that clause, personal. They will not know. They may not pay attention. They will just, and that is it. They will still do this thing. Go and find out the owners of those banks. They are the ones sponsoring these narratives. And I always say it on television, who are the sponsors? Those guys speaking in the house, they are just paid to do that. And with time, they're going to bribe the remaining ones, and they will pass it. If not this year, it may be 10 years' time. If it's not 10 years' time, it may be 50 years. They are going to Islamize this country. But I think the solution, what we should be discussing with people should try to understand we are not the same people. The North and South are not the same. The British understood. That's what they are doing indirect, and they deliberately merge us so that we can continue to fight like this, and they can continue to take our resources away.
Speaking about the British.
Your Excellency, the President of my country, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Sir, I am calling you to use your office to do what nobody has been able to do since 1904. Have the courage to ask Nigerians to decide their own future. 3 years ago, while we were suffering in Nigeria, the former president, Buhari, was constructing a road that will link the Hausa people with the Niger. 3 years ago, while we were suffering from bad roads and bad rails, the federal government of Nigeria used Nigerians' money to create and construct a railway that leads to Niger. Yesterday, the Niger government dumped French as their national language in favor of Hausa. The Hausa people and the Fulani people are coming together. And Nigeria is an obstacle to that unity. The government should be able to make up its mind and let us decide on our own future. Should Nigeria continue to be together? Many black Americans are coming back home now. They want to come back to Africa because of the far-right government of His Royal Majesty Al Capone Trump. But they cannot come to Yoruba land, even though the 75% of them that were there are from Yoruba land. They cannot come to Yoruba land because of the so-called indivisible Nigeria. Forcing different tribe, forcing different ethnicity, forcing different people together under the name of Nigeria. The Northerners are trying to build their own people, build their own nation with the Niger. The Cameroonians are doing their own with some part of Igbo land. We have nothing in common with these people with murderous intention in the name of religion. In the last 1 month alone, over 35 people have been slaughtered needlessly in Ondo State by the Fulanis. I know when we say the Fulanis, the president will say, did you see Fulanis there? The same thing you said when my cousin, Fashion's daughter, was killed. And eventually when the criminals were apprehended and found to be Fulanis, you did not come back to withdraw your statement that your statement of defense of the Fulanis. We cannot continue to live in a situation whereby we feel like we are being forced together. We cannot continue to live in a country whereby some people will be killing us and we will just be looking like Mugu. The Nigerian entity is like a curse on the Yoruba people. You know, we don't like violence. We don't like àti ìgbádùn. But when that ọ̀rọ̀ and ìgbádùn is being undermined in the name of religion by these northern non-entities, not all of them, the religious non-entity among them, very few, but very powerful in their statement of Islamizing Nigeria by all costs. This is why I'm saying, Your Excellency, please, give us the chance to decide the future of Nigeria by ourselves. The Fulanis, the Hausas, they are doing great by trying to march together. There is no reason why we should continue with Abdul Salam and the northern constitution imposed on us that Nigeria is indivisible. Why is it not divisible? Is it our own choice? You will say Nigeria is indivisible if it is the choice of the people. Anybody that says Nigeria is indivisible is actually continuously promoting the colonial presentation of Nigeria. They are promoting it. The colonials don't want Nigeria to work, because if Nigeria worked as a beacon of the biggest country in Africa, it will make all African people come back and know that we are not under the attack of God. But these people will not let us work, and they are working with the very few minute people enjoying the bread of Nigeria. Let us go. Mr. Tinubu, please let my people go. We are fed up of these unnecessary killings. It is so Ondo State, the killing ground. Nowhere in Yoruba land is safe. Mo tún ti gbọ́ gan pé they are already in Igbo land now. And the Obas in Yoruba land, because àwọn fìdíhẹ ló wà ńbẹ̀, they are afraid to stand up for their own people, because àwọn baálẹ̀ oníranù tó ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ Fúlàní. But we can deal with those people if we are in Nigeria of our choice. This Nigeria is a Nigeria by force. And people are being forced to die in silence. Allow us to decide the future of our country by ourselves, Your Excellency. We're not good together. But if you refuse to, this is one thing I can assure the Fulanis and the Hausas and all the Malay in Yoruba land that are trying to Islamize us. There will be retaliation. If they kill us now, we will be retaliating. What happened in Ife? You remember? What happened in Shagamu? You remember? It doesn't take us long to stand up and act if we know we are becoming defenseless by the people who should be defending us. If you are forcing Nigeria to be together and you cannot keep us secure in Nigeria, then we will be retaliating. We will find it not difficult at all to retaliate. Every killings in Yoruba land now will be retaliated. It will be retaliated. Power because of the name of Nigeria. Three headless body dump in Ondo State. Yesterday, 3 bodies were brought from the farm. 20 were killed within the last 1 month. Kilo day. If we cannot be together in peace, then we should allow us to separate in peace. Because if you don't allow that, it will lead Nigerians to start fighting each other. Because the more these people kill us, the more you are putting pressure on us to retaliate. And we will be retaliating if the government is not doing its job. Elaboru, elaboye, elaboye boshishe.
Mo jẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ́ fún orílẹ̀-èdè mi ilẹ̀ Odùduwà tó ń ṣàn fún wàrà àti fún oyin, ilẹ̀ tó kún fún àwọn akọni ọgbọ́n ètò àti òye. Mo ṣe ìlérí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ ológo ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀, ìtànṣán oòrùn láti la ayé já nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà, láti gbé ilẹ̀ Odùduwà lárugẹ. Mo pinnu láti fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan fún ìlọsíwájú ìran Yorùbá. Mo fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé n kò ní dalẹ̀ tàbí ṣọ̀tẹ̀ sí ìṣọ̀kan àti ìtẹ̀síwájú orílẹ̀-èdè mi ilẹ̀ Odùduwà. Èmi yóò fi gbogbo ipá, ọkàn, iṣẹ́, ọgbọ́n àti ìṣe mi sin orílẹ̀-èdè mi ní òtítọ́ àti lódodo títí ọjọ́ ayé mi. Gbogbo ìyànjú àwọn akọni tó ti lọ kò ní já sófo láti ọwọ́ mi títí dé ìrandíran tí ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn. Mo ṣe ìlérí pé ẹ̀sìn tàbí ìṣèlú kò ní yà wá nílẹ̀ Odùduwà. Tó bá wáyé bẹ́ẹ̀, mo lè lo ọkàn ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó kù sára mi láti fi ṣègbè àti jàjàgbara fún orílẹ̀-èdè mi. Ilẹ̀ Odùduwà, ìran Yorùbá, èdè kan, àṣà kan àti ìṣe kan ló so wá pọ̀ láéláé lágbára Elédùwà.